night.
I wasn't born, I was quarried from the dust, carrying the ember of a prehistoric spark. The salt in my skin is a map of the years, a legacy written in the absence of fears. The anvil is cold but the hammer is hot. I'm owning the space that the world forgot. I'm the only answer to the ghost in the plot. For changes within. A blur in the vision, a spark in the vein, running away from the reach of the rain. The shadow is chasing, but it's losing the trail. A mountain of thunder on a splintered rail. The horizon is bleeding a deep shade of gold. A story of speed that will never be told. I'm a flicker of light in a canyon of stone. The fastest man that the world has ever No brakes, no fear. The end of the road is found in here. A blur in the vision, a spark in the vein, running away from the reach of the rain. The shadow is chasing, but it's losing the trail. A mountain of thunder on a splintered rail. No brakes, no fear. The end of the road is finally a blur in the vision, a spark in the vein, running away from the reach of the rain. The shadow is chasing, but it's losing the trail. A mountain of thunder on a splintered rail. Lines of white are blurred into a single thread. Running from a ghost that lives inside my head. The wheels are screaming, but the engine makes no sound. 1,000 miles and I'm still on the same ground. No rearview mirror, no looking at the past. If you wanna live, you better make it last. Asphalt silence in the middle of the night. The pain faster than the rain. Can't catch me. A silent surrender in a world of light. Every prophet's a mountain that I have to climb, leaving the shadow on the edge of the Waiting from the stars to fall. Waiting. architecture of a grand design. Building a ladder with a broken rung. The bitterest secret stays on the tongue. explode. One touch and we reach the critical mass, watching all our promises turn into glass. When the truth comes out, a heavy element that I can't let go, waiting for the core to finally explode. One touch and we reach the critical mass, watching all our promises turn into glass. Turn into glass. The ceiling is vast and the floor is made of glass. Watching the ghosts of the hours as they pass. Every whisper returns with a colder sound. Since of silver beneath the frozen ground. the goddamn way. The Is dry, the pages turn to stone. I walk the halls of the house I built alone. No use running when the shadow is your own. The seeds were planted, now the trees are grown. A mountain never lies to the face that looks away. The sign goes down, but the darkness is here to stay. You carry the mountain on a broken spine. Every step is a payment, every breath is a fight. Gravity pulls harder at the end of the line. What's yours is yours, and what's mine is silence is heavy when there's nothing left to sell. I drank the water from a poison well. Heaven is quiet, but I know the sound of hell. still burning. Shallow, nameless grave. Nothing left to sell and nothing left to say. A mountain of lead inside a hollow chest. Finding no peace and finding no rest. Is thick with things I never said. Walking with the ghosts inside a heavy head. A long cold winter in the middle of the July heat. The sound of the heart is a slow broken beat. The interest is rising on a loan you can't repay. The price of the quiet is the life you threw The walls are listening to the secrets I keep. A promise is a promise that I have to read. Locking the door and throwing out the key. Looking for a man I'm never gonna be. A long cold winter in the middle of the July heat. The sound of the heart is a slow and broken beat. The interest is rising on a loan you can't repay. I'm drinking from a silver cup that's filled with the past, a masterpiece of memories that wasn't built to last. The taste is vintage mercury, a cold and heavy shine. I'm losing all the borders and I'm crossing every line. The clock is melting on the velvet wall. I'm waiting for the shadow that's about to fall. The beauty of the poison is the greatest of them all. Oh, whips of vintage mercury, a liquid kind of pain, running through the spirit like a slow silver rain. No cure for the elegant, no rest for the wise. I'm staring at the sun with my heavy, weary eyes. The silence is a predator that's dressed in golden lace. I'm searching for the ghost of a half-forgotten face, a king of the reflection, a lord of the mirror. The further that I go, the truth is getting clearer. no south. The truth is a bitter tape bound. The glass is shattered and the magnet is dead, following shadows that live in the head. Nothing is level when the world is offbeat, walking on knives on a one-way street. Predator's will. The mud has a memory of the things that it kept. Secrets that stayed while the rest of us slept. Roots are reaching for the marrow in the bone. Every king is a beggar when he's standing alone. The current is strong and the heart is a stone. The river don't care about the name on the grave. Nothing to lose and nothing to save. You can't wash the shadow from the edge of the skin. The tide's going out and the dark's coming in. asphalt is screaming under the wheel. A heart made of pistons and a soul made of steel. No time for the why, no time for the how. The only thing real is the here and the now. Burn the map and feed the fire. Burn the map and feed the fire. And feed the fire. to claim it all.
Watching all the lesser men and shadows pass.
Short and the wider the heat. 7 miles of dust beneath the heavy feet. Forging a promise in the fire and the blood. Waiting for the sky to bring the bitter flood. The mountain is watching with an eye made of stone. The weight of the world is a weight of my own. I'm carving a path to a place I've never known. Strike the iron while the soul is still red. Follow the light that the ancestors shed. 1,000 years of silence in a single breath.
circle in a kingdom of bone. The secret of the steel is a secret alone. I built a cathedral from the wreckage and the rain, feeding the fire with the logic and the pain. Hold the line, break the stone. The king is the seed that the wind has sown. Strike the iron while the soul is still red. Follow the light that the ancestors shed. 1,000 years of silence in a city.